In the heart of central Kentucky, not far from its famed bluegrass country, is an area known as the Bourbon Trail, a confluence of 7 distilleries that produce the bulk of the world's bourbon, America's official native spirit. The distilleries offer tours and tastings and offer a perfect RV getaway. We started our tour at the Beam Distillery in Claremont. This place actually started, at least the distillery itself, it's been in different areas around here in Kentucky, but the Beam Distillery actually started just a couple of decades after the American Revolution.
Kentucky bourbon has a rich history and proud tradition that dates back to the late 1700s. For more than 2 centuries, no family has influenced bourbon making more deeply than the Beam family, maker of the world's best-selling bourbon. The tour of the Beam Distillery offers an up-close look at how they make the world's best-selling bourbon, from grain to barrel to bottle and beyond.
Here, you learn that bourbon is unique among whiskeys because by law it must be 51% corn. Why is it called bourbon? Well, one of Kentucky's original counties was Bourbon County, established in 1785 when Kentucky was still part of Virginia. Farmers shipped their whiskey in oak barrels stamped from Bourbon County down to the Ohio and Mississippi rivers to New Orleans. The long trip aged the whiskey with the oak wood, giving it the distinct mellow flavor and amber color. Pretty soon, whiskey from Bourbon County grew in popularity and just became known as bourbon whiskey.
Allow at least 3 hours for the Beam tour, which always ends in the tasting room, where visitors can sample some of the 12 different brands the company makes. But remember, the Beam operation is just one of 7 distilleries on the Bourbon Trail.
What the Napa Valley is in California to wine, the small Kentucky town of Bardstown is to bourbon. In addition, this place has been named the most beautiful small town in America.
Bardstown is steeped in history. Abraham Lincoln walked these streets, so did Daniel Boone. Upstairs at the old Talbot Inn are bullet holes reportedly fired by Jesse James. Bardstown has museums and quaint shops. Just outside of town, we used the My Old Kentucky Home State Park as our campground base, named after the famous Stephen Foster song celebrating the mansion the state park is built around. Just down the road from the state park is the Heaven Hill Distillery. It too offers great tours and lots of history. Oh yeah, they have tastings too. Here at Heaven Hill Distilleries, you can see that the name is 2 words, but originally it was started by a family named Heaven Hill, 1 word. But when a female family member took over management of the company and a typo appeared making the name 2 words, she left it that way, trying to distance the family name from the production of whiskey.
About a half-hour drive from Bardstown is the Maker's Mark Distillery. It's situated on gorgeous grounds with Whiskey Creek running right through it and providing the pure water used in the making of its bourbon. I was offered a tin cup sip straight out of a distilling tank before the product had aged. My tongue burned. Jennifer, she got no further than just a sniff. At Maker's Mark, visitors have the opportunity to hand dip a bottle themselves, sealing it with the brand's distinctive melted red wax.
Each distillery is unique. Each distillery has a story. Have you ever heard of Four Roses Bourbon? Legend has it that it got its unusual name when the founder proposed to his beloved, and she said if the next time he saw her she was wearing a corsage, the answer was yes. When he saw her, she was wearing a corsage of 4 red roses, and thus the name of a bourbon was born.
Even if you don't drink alcohol, or if you do and bourbon's not your thing, the Bourbon Trail is a fascinating tour through American history, set in the midst of some of the most beautiful countryside you'll find anywhere.
If you decide to visit the Bourbon Trail, allow at least 3 days to take it all in. There are lots of campgrounds servicing the area.
From the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, road trekking across North America, we're Mike and Jennifer Wendland. Thanks for watching.